Dancing with the Stars has brought ballroom glamour to primetime TV for over 20 years. But as with almost anything that looks glitzy on the outside, there's a seedy underbelly. Artem Chigvintsev's reputation took one of its earliest hits when he was accused of being physically aggressive during his time on Strictly Come Dancing, the original UK version of Dancing with the Stars. In 2015, British television personality Fern Britton claimed that Chigvintsev got physically aggressive during their time together. She told the Huffington Post UK in April 2015, "We would be in holds and he would look at my feet and just kick me or shove me." She added that Chigvintsev made his intentions clear in rehearsals, allegedly telling her that she should just stand there while he danced around her. At one point, Britton claimed that Chigvintsev said, "Go home before I kill you." Chigvintsev went on to compete on multiple seasons of Dancing with the Stars despite Britton's claims, and he won the Mirror Ball Trophy on season 29 with celebrity partner Caitlin Bristow. In late 2024, Chigvintsev was arrested on a felony domestic violence charge after a fight with his then-wife Nicki Garcia. ABC News reported that after an investigation, the district attorney decided to drop the charges. Chigvintsev and Garcia divorced just after their second wedding anniversary. Chigvintsev said of the arrest in an interview on the Glamorous Grind podcast,
"It completely ruined everything for me. Like from every angle, it ruined my life completely."
He hasn't appeared as a pro on Dancing with the Stars since his arrest. Lacey Schwimmer joined the cast of Dancing with the Stars in season 7, way back in 2008. With her experience as a dancer and her popularity on So You Think You Can Dance, it seemed as though she'd have great success on DWTS. And she did. She never won a Mirror Ball trophy, but she found herself advancing far into the competition in most of the seasons in which she appeared. What some people didn't know, however, is that Schwimmer was apparently severely disliked by the judges, which may have harmed her and her partner's chances for sashaying away with the trophy. On Overserved with Lisa Vanderpump, Schwimmer's first ever Dancing with the Stars partner, Lance Bass, spilled the tea.
My partner was new. She was the bad girl of ballroom. And the judges just hated her. And we felt it.
After making it to the finals, Bass said he really started to notice a shift in how he and Schwimmer were treated. He recalled, "We go have drinks at one of the judges' houses, and they had a little too much to drink. And one of those judges was like, 'You know we can't stand your partner?' I was like, 'Why am I working my ass off then?'" Bass and Schwimmer ended up finishing in third place. On an October 2023 episode of the Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans podcast, Schwimmer revealed that she wasn't asked to return to the show after season 13. Dancing with the Stars pros have to keep it professional. Regardless of who they might be partnered with or how tough of a time they're having, they're required to put on a happy face for the cameras and do their absolute best to teach their celeb partners how to succeed in ballroom dance. A prime example of this happened all the way back in season 4. Pro Cheryl Burke was partnered with Beverly Hills 90210 star Ian Ziering. The two had a successful season together, technically speaking, making it to the semifinals before being eliminated. And they did a good job of hiding what most fans never even noticed. Burke and Ziering did not get along. On an April 2016 episode of the Allegedly podcast, Burke made some bold comments about her former dance partner. She bluntly stated, "My least favorite would be Ian Ziering. The fact that his name is not Ian and it's Ian makes me want to throw up. Think of spending time with that for like 8 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 months." Years later, Burke felt some regret and apologized to Ziering for her untoward comments. She told the New York Post in October 2023, "I sent an email like a couple of years ago. I just wanted to publicly apologize, but before I publicly apologized, I wanted to just do it personally." And he responded. It was short and sweet. Longtime pro Sharna Burgess was faced with her own difficult situation during her time competing on Dancing with the Stars. In season 29, Burgess was partnered with Desperate Housewives actor Jesse Metcalfe. On a September 2023 episode of her Oldish podcast, Burgess called Metcalfe really difficult.
"I wasn't able to be in the room alone with him. We were eliminated very quickly."
Burgess didn't offer specifics on what exactly led to her and Metcalfe having to be supervised, but she noted that things that happened in early rehearsals made things rocky. Metcalfe's representative responded, telling People magazine, "Vague insinuations are not only reckless but also irrelevant." The rep also called Burgess highly unprofessional. Not long after, Burgess spoke to the New York Post about the comment she made and the response from Metcalfe's rep. She said, "Metcalfe hasn't reached out to me, and I did see his team's, very big response to the article. And listen, those are his words that he chose, and I have shared what I needed to share." Burgess added that the issues between her and Metcalfe were handled by the DWTS legal team and production. Burgess said she had no need to rehash it. She went on to compete on one more season, that time alongside her fiancé, Brian Austin Green. She hasn't appeared as a pro on the show since 2021. Cheryl Burke's long career on Dancing with the Stars began in 2006, and she continued to compete on the show on and off until 2021, making her one of its most seasoned pros. But early on, her secret struggle with alcohol misuse was affecting her performance. In a September 2021 essay for Us Weekly, Burke explained that the March 2018 death of her father changed things for her, writing, "His death served as a wake-up call to me. I could either numb everything the way I always had, or I could finally let myself feel all of those feelings of grief, sober." But it was an incident on season 10 of Dancing with the Stars in 2010 that really drove home the fact that her drinking was becoming an issue. At the time, NFL player Chad Ochocinco was her partner. In an October 2020 episode of her podcast, Pretty Messed Up, Burke said, "It was still when I was drinking, and I remember messing up on my own choreography. I butchered my own routine when I'm supposed to be there for the celebrity. Unfortunately, this just made her ramp up her drinking." She told Heart of the Matter host Elizabeth Vargas that there came a time when she was drinking multiple vodka sodas every day. She described herself as a functioning drunk. Thankfully, Burke turned her life around, and in 2021, she celebrated being sober for 3 years. She credited her decision to talk about her journey on her podcast with helping her maintain her sobriety, writing, "Being public about my struggle made me hold myself accountable." How long the Dancing with the Stars pros stay in the competition each season is tied not only to the technical ability of their partners, but to the celeb's popularity. So when a star behaves badly, there's a major incentive for the pro not to address it in front of the cameras. What they can't prevent or control, however, are leaks hitting the press about the behind-the-scenes drama. David Hasselhoff, for example, was reportedly a real hassle to work with. When the Baywatch star competed on season 11 in 2010, an insider told Us Weekly he was a diva. Hasselhoff would apparently change his rehearsal schedule constantly, among many other demands, disappointing his partner Kim Johnson. The anonymous source went on to say, his people would call staffers 20 times a day. At first, Kim thought getting Hoff as a partner was quite a coup, but then quickly realized it was a mistake. Johnson was also on the receiving end of a tantrum when Family Matters star Jaleel White was her celebrity partner in 2012. An inside source told Us Weekly that after White stepped on Johnson's foot and she reacted, White got in her face. He was shouting at her, calling her an idiot. When pro dancer Mark Ballas attempted to intervene, White turned on him, saying, "You remind me of that annoying sitcom neighbor who gets in everyone's business."
Why don't you ever knock?
Well, if I did, nobody would ever let me in.
The insider claimed that producers and even fellow celeb Donald Driver all tried to step in, and eventually White was banned from the studio for the rest of the day to cool off. The report about White's bad behavior got so much attention that he later went on to explain to people, "We go to work every day, and there is an alley full of tabloid reporters. I hope people can see through it. There's no drama in my life." Maxim Chmerkovskiy was always one of the most outspoken pros on Dancing with the Stars, and he occasionally struggled to hide his displeasure with his more difficult partners. After he skipped a dance with Vanessa Lachey during season 25 in 2017 due to a personal issue, sources told people it was actually a chemistry issue.
According to our source, quote, "Drama is expected and part of the show."
One source went on to say, "They both have big personalities, and that's not always the best recipe for a good partnership." But the star who really got under Max's skin was professional soccer player Hope Solo. Max did his best to hide his animosity toward Solo when she was his partner in 2011. He even dropped an F-bomb while defending her after one of Judge Carrie Ananaba's critiques rubbed him the wrong way.
With all due respect, this is my show. I helped make it what it is.
But in her 2012 autobiography Solo, A Memoir of Hope, the Olympian claimed all was not well behind the scenes. Solo alleged that Max slapped her face and manhandled her in rehearsal. She wrote, "One day Max was trying to put me in a certain position and hit my stomach so hard with his open palm that I had a red handprint there for the rest of the day." TMZ later reported that sources close to Maxim denied the allegations. And as for Max himself, he shared his true feelings about Solo in a 2015 interview on the podcast Allegedly with Theo Vaughn and Matthew Cole Weiss. When Solo's name came up while playing Marry Kill, Chmerkovskiy said he would choose the latter for his ex-dance partner. He went on to elaborate, "She's just a shitty person. She lied about a bunch of stuff. I had a very tough time dealing with that."
We didn't have a good time on the show. It's been highly documented. I don't like her, and that's the end of it.
One negative aspect of being a professional dancer that viewers don't hear about is how the pressure to look good in those skimpy costumes can cause body image issues and trigger eating disorders. When Spy Kids star Alexa Pena Vega competed on Dancing with the Stars in 2015, she opened up about her struggles with bulimia after movie producers told her to lose weight. Some of the show's pros have similar stories, but rather than share them on camera, they've instead turned to other outlets. In 2008, pro dancer Lacey Schwimmer told Access Hollywood that she developed anorexia when she was just 13 14 years old, at the beginning of her dancing career, saying, "I was really, really scary thin." Pro Karina Smirnoff began competing when she was a toddler. She told OK that trying to be in a certain weight class made her engage in unhealthy behaviors to lose weight when she turned pro as a teen. She recalled to the magazine, "I didn't eat for 2 weeks, and after that, I was so nervous because I was about to do a competition and I had no energy, and my body started reacting in a way that I hadn't experienced before." In 2008, Louis Van Amstel and Maxim Shmerkovsky didn't hold back while telling TV Guide what they thought about Cheryl Burke and Lacey Schwimmer gaining weight. Van Amstel came out and said, "People look at the show to be inspired and think if I just work hard enough, I can look like that. If they watch someone who's dancing her butt off and she's still heavy, they can be discouraged." As for Max, he recalled telling Burke and Schwimmer that they needed to pay attention to their weight gain and warned them that the camera adds 10 pounds. Schwimmer later told Access Hollywood that Max assured her he'd been misquoted, but afterward, she began engaging in unhealthy behaviors in an attempt to lose weight. Luckily, it didn't last. In 2011, Schwimmer told In Touch that she was no longer letting anyone's body shaming get to her, saying, "I like having curves. I'm proud of them." In an October 2020 YouTube video, Burke recounted how Dancing with the Stars producers made her and Max put on a united front after his comments grabbed headlines. The pros performed together on the show while Jessica Simpson sang live.
You know, last time I apologized was to my grandma when she was dying.
Max went up to my mom. He was like, "I'm so sorry I said that about your daughter." Sharing the secrets of a show that producers don't want viewers to know could be a career killer for a Dancing with the Stars pro, but plenty of the show celebs have spilled the tea about what goes on behind the scenes, even suggesting that some moments are fake. For example, outspoken talk show host Wendy Williams, paired with pro Tony Dovolani for season 12, shared a big secret with Today, revealing that when they put you in the room and you have to talk to the camera about your experience, they script what you say. Some contestants have also complained about misleading editing being used to manipulate viewers. In 2012, NFL legend and season 3 winner Emmitt Smith told Esquire, "The show's producers cut it to make it look like I was going after my competition, and they didn't even show the entire clip. That's the power of cutting and editing."
I mean, why would I get intimidated by an actor or indie racer or a speed skater?
He and his partner Cheryl Burke would finish 4th during their All-Star season. In her book Solo, A Memoir of Hope, Hope Solo claimed that her partner Max wanted to cause some drama in hopes of preventing their alleged planned elimination. Former pro Chelsea Hightower also suggested that some dramatic moments are manufactured, telling the Sioux City Journal, "After 19 seasons, people start to catch on as to what works and what they think the audience wants." America's longest-running soap opera might air on ABC, but the network probably wants to keep that type of drama out of the Dancing with the Stars ballroom. However, some of the show's pros have found themselves involved in real-life soap operas involving deception, infidelity, and jealousy. In November 2020, Elena Samodanova claimed her husband Dancing with the Stars pro, Gleb Savchenko, had cheated on her. She accused Savchenko of having a, quote, recent inappropriate relationship that was the final straw, telling People, "After 14 years of marriage and multiple affairs, I've decided enough is enough." Savchenko's response made it evident that Samodanova believed he was having an affair with one of his celebrity partners on the show, Selling Sunset star Chrishell Stause. He released a statement that read, "My relationship with Chrishell was and remains strictly platonic." Stause soon revealed that she was actually seeing another pro, Kio Matsepe, whom she later accused of lying to her in a series of posts on her Instagram story, and Savchenko was romantically linked to actor Cassie Skirbo in December 2020. Later that same month, though, he turned the tables on his ex, telling ET it was Samodanova who'd been unfaithful. He accused her of cheating on him with Vlad Kavartin, who has appeared on Dancing with the Stars as a troupe member. Savchenko claims Samodanova was jealous of his career because he, quote, got the show and she didn't, when they both auditioned to be pros in 2013. In an appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Cheryl Burke listed a number of her Dancing with the Stars celebrity partners who've suffered injuries, claiming she's at least somewhat responsible for them. The rigorous competition can cause physical issues long after the confetti has been swept from the ballroom floor.
Ray Lewis was my partner last season. First football player to ever get injured. My fault.
Other Burke partners who've gotten hurt include Tom DeLay, who fractured both feet, and Christian De La Fuente, who broke an arm.
Basically, he had torn a tendon on live television.
Clarkson teased,
I don't think that you're the best person to promote yourself as a dance partner.
No, probably not.
Sometimes the injuries celebs suffer on the show are so serious that they require surgery. Dirty Dancing star Jennifer Grey didn't just take home the Mirrorball trophy in 2011, she left with an extremely painful ruptured disc. But once the competition was over, she underwent a surgical procedure to repair it successfully. Comedian Bill Engvall also earned a few battle scars. The blue-collar comedy tour star had to have knee replacement surgery after making it all the way to the season 17 finale finale. In an appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show, he made it known,
I don't think people understand how brutal that show is.
Derek Huff became one of the show's most beloved pros, and his popularity helped him establish a successful entertainment career that took him far beyond the Dancing with the Stars ballroom. During his early days, however, he was hiding a secret. He doubted his abilities and even said that he was faking it. On an episode of the Wind Down podcast, Huff confessed, "I definitely look back at my approach to the show. In my earlier seasons, I was nervous and I was uncertain."
I'm Derek Huff, and I might not look as macho as the other dancers, but I'm deadly when I hit that dance floor.
While he did his best to make it look like he knew what he was doing, Huff admitted he had never really taught or done much choreography at the time. Perhaps his lack of confidence is what caused him to suffer a slip-up that he later called the worst possible thing that could ever happen. And it happened in front of the world. Huff remembered the moment in an interview with Us Weekly, saying, "I dropped my partner Jenny Garth on live television." In an interview with the School of Greatness podcast host Lewis Howes, Huff admitted that being a winner on Dancing with the Stars didn't make him feel fulfilled early on. He said there were times he got terribly depressed after a season ended, and he confessed to being selfish by only focusing on his success. But the Emmy-winning choreographer faked it until he made it and learned an important lesson. One of his most valuable talents is his ability to spread joy to others. Val Schmirkovsky and Rumor Willis teased viewers with their adorable showmance when they paired up for season 20 of Dancing with the Stars in 2015, and they kept viewers guessing about the status of their relationship all the way to the finale, where they emerged victorious. In a May 2015 interview with E! News, Schmirkovsky paid his fellow champ a compliment that made her giggle. He said, "It's awesome, the fact that I can enjoy Rumor's aesthetically proportionate, beautiful physique. It's just a bonus." Rumor has it that the daughter of Demi Moore and Bruce Willis became quite smitten with Schmirkovsky, but he eventually let her know he wasn't interested in her romantically. A show insider told Radar, Rumor has been upset lately because Val finally told her he won't ever date her. Willis reportedly got a tattoo to celebrate her and Schmirkovsky's victory, but after he broke her heart, she apparently couldn't bear to look at it anymore. In January 2018, a source told Page Six, now she feels like a fool, so she's now undergoing this painful tattoo removal. Willis allegedly struggled to accept Schmirkovsky's relationship with his fellow pro dancer Jenna Johnson, whom he would marry in 2019. The pair now have a son together, but Willis didn't cut Schmirkovsky out of her life forever. In 2021, the former dance partners reunited for a Dance & Co interview in which they took a look back at their past performances. Chelsea Hightower's tenure on Dancing with the Stars lasted from 2009 to 2013, and during that time, she was hiding a secret struggle from viewers. In an interview with Dance Spirit, the choreographer revealed she had terrible performance anxiety, as well as social anxiety. Anxiety became an unwanted part of her life when she was just a kid, and it caused her to feel like an outcast in the world of professional ballroom dancing. In an interview on the All In podcast, Hightower recalled, "Knowing that I was struggling with something that I didn't see anybody else struggling with, nobody's talking about it." Hightower thought she'd conquered her anxiety after competing on So You Think You Can Dance, but unfortunately, dancing on another reality series in front of millions of people didn't just make her anxiety return, it exacerbated the problem. She admitted to Dance Spirit, "When I moved to LA and began performing on Dancing with the Stars, it hit me really hard." In her interview on All In, Hightower suggested that a difficult childhood contributed to what she was feeling, revealing that there were times when my family didn't know whether or not we were going to be homeless or be able to survive. That kind of fear made being successful a real life or death matter. Going to therapy helped her understand and find ways to cope with her anxiety. She opened up to Dance Spirit, saying, "I love therapy. It's helped me work through a lot, especially things that might trigger those thoughts and feelings." While Derek Huff always exuded confidence during his many seasons on Dancing with the Stars, there was a dark period in his life when bullies made him feel insecure and fearful, and it went even further than that when they threatened his life. In an appearance on the School of Greatness podcast, Huff revealed that he was just 6 years old when a group of bullies, who were also his neighbors, began tormenting him. Huff recalled, "They would hang me up in a tree by my feet upside down, would spit on me, they'd put a gun to my head, tell me they were going to kill me." He also recalled how they would hogtie him and abandon him in a field. Dance proved to be a real lifesaver for Huff, and he would go on to exact the ultimate revenge on his bullies by becoming a massively successful choreographer, actor, and musician. He even teamed up with TikTok star Jax Wright Songs to record a funny duet about bullying. Huff also used his past experience to help the victims of bullies, giving them advice and hope while accepting the Inspiration Award at Glisten's Respect Awards in 2014. In his inspirational acceptance speech, he said, "Let me tell you right now, you are not alone. Seeking help requires incredible strength and incredible courage. The most powerful weapon you have against bullying is your voice."